Hi, Pam. This is the video that Christine said that we were going to send you about your website and the different things that we could do to boost your digital presence. So there's so much here. Like, I'm really excited to work with you if we get to work with you. Your website, I mean, it's a beautiful picture, great basic information. I mean, that's cute. You have the stuff you have is good, but it could be great. You have, I think there was a link to a page that had the conditions we treat. This could all be built out in pages with the different types of conditions and your statement. The PDF, you can't really read it on a phone or a tablet unless, somebody is sitting at a laptop or a regular desktop computer. They're not really going to be able to see this. But, and most people are on their phone looking up anything and everything nowadays. Laptop is like for work, right? So, I just really wanted to express to you that there's some like really great website layouts that me and Christina were talking about, just everything that we could do with this, and it could be amazing. The contact, this is okay here. It's kind of hard to see, but you really do need like a click to call button. So when someone does see your website, they can just click the button and get a hold of you, right? Also, there should be like a form to complete to send an email. There might be one somewhere in here. Yeah, down here. All of this stuff needs to go up top, and it needs to be able to connect to you immediately. So like this will submit to your email, but just moving things around, making things a little bit more interactive and dynamic, and putting some movement into your site. It's pretty dated, but we also wanted to show you. This kind of gives us a background snapshot of what's going on. When we build a website, in order to get you to show up at the top of the list when somebody Googles naturopathic medicine Bakersfield, in order for you to pop to the top of the list, you have to have the most words on your page out of all of your local competitors. Now, so what we would do is pull up word counter, and we grab your website and copy the words, and we recommend 1,500 to 3,000 words. So, and you have 206. It's a start, but if we boosted up that content, and then within that content, we put in keywords like naturopathic medicine California, naturopathic medicine, or naturopathic Dr. Bakersfield, and we just kind of bolded those letters. When Google crawls your page, because Google crawls pages whenever there's a change or an update or whatever, and kind of redoing your website would really boost and encourage Google to crawl it. And then when it sees all that new content and those bolded words, the next time somebody does Google that, looking for a naturopathic medicine doctor in your area, you'll pop to the top of the list because Google sees that you have more information, thus a better chance of answering that searcher's question or giving them what they need based on the keywords that they used and the keywords that are on your website and the amount of content you have, right? So we're pretty much telling Google, look, we're valid. We have this information. We can help these people. And so then they pop you to the top of the list. There's another couple things that we do. Backlinks here, it looks like you have 52. Backlinks are other websites that house your website address in a link. And when someone clicks it from a different site, it links back, hence the word backlink, to your site. And those need to be things that have to do with naturopathic medicine, or whatever your site is about, the content on your site has to be the topic or whatever of the websites that your site is linked on. So that's how you get authority, power on the internet. So it looks like you have some, doesn't look like you're getting much traffic from them. So we would put your site onto a bunch of relevant websites that have to do with what you do. And then those in turn would bring you paying customers. If you put your website on another website that's about, I don't know, baking or a cookie recipe, it's not going to bring you a paying customer, because the person that's on that cookie recipe website is probably looking for something that has to do with cooking or baking, right? So it does, not all backlinks are created equal, I guess. Another thing that we talked about just a second ago, or I talked about just a second ago, is the keywords. And it looks like you have a couple keywords on your website, but if we were to incorporate quite a few more of those into your content, this number would jump up, meaning that Google picked out a lot more of those, and that would bring you traffic because Google would pop your website to the top of that list and people would click on your website first. So that would get you a lot more organic traffic, thus paying customers, right? It looks like you had some website traffic, maybe a little bit more back in 2021 and 2020 for a second, and 2019, but you really have not had like anything recently. And it's probably just because your website hasn't been updated. There hasn't really been any reason for Google to crawl it or use it because it's relevant to a search, because nothing's changed on it in quite a while. So if I look here, it said, oh, I thought it said, oh, it did. Hold on. 2020. So about 5 years ago. But yeah, there's so much we could do. It's pretty much, almost a blank canvas. We can take that beautiful picture of you and the information that you have, get a little bit more info. We'd probably like to do like an interview with you and just do a lot of personal things and interests, and build an about me. An about me page kind of builds trust with consumers. They want to know you, right, before they decide to use your services. And so we really build your vibe into the website. I'm excited about this one. So if you are interested, you can go ahead and take those tips or tricks and use them yourself. No strings, but if you're interested in letting us help you, we would love that. And our contact information will be in the email. Thanks.